Welcome to Chatterbox Bearcats. I'm your host, Nick Niehaus, Eric Lilly. Joining me tonight for the Lipscomb Cincinnati postgame show. The Bearcats dismantle the Bisons 89-62. Not a lot to take away from a game like this, but there's a couple storylines we're going to get to. But first, we are brought to you by Martino's. Make sure you head to Martino's on Vine before or after games. We have a big one coming up on Saturday. I will most likely be at Martino's before the game, before the hopefully not a beatdown on Saturday against Houston. But again, thank you to Martino's, our presenting sponsor. All right, Lily. So like I mentioned off the top, not a lot to take away because I think the term, 90% of student athletes will go pro in something other than sports was coined after seeing this team play basketball, Lipscomb. You look at them, they're going to make great salesmen one day. But anyway, clear talent difference, clear we're bigger, stronger, faster than you. That prevailed. People were really worried about this game before. It was only a 13-point spread, which is pretty crazy considering we won by 27, and it could have been much more. Lipscomb actually made some shots down the stretch, and UC took their foot off the gas. Storylines, though, they're there. First off, the low major Grim Reaper, Baba Miller. I've never seen anybody try to get a triple-double through stat padding like I've seen in a Bearcat uniform with Baba Miller tonight. He had an insane day. 11 points, but he had 21 rebounds and 7 assists, and they were really trying to get him. Well, he was trying to get the final 3 assists. His teammates weren't. Every time he made a pass, they would just, they would either pass it themselves, take a few dribbles to kind of kill off the assist. Anyway, he had a crazy day with 21 rebounds. And then also the absence of Sean Abayev. He did not start. Instead, Jizzle James and Sincere Harris started. Kirk Creasa and Sean Abayev to the bench. Sean Abayev, we are seeing a significant dip in minutes. He got enough minutes tonight because of garbage time in the final about 7-8 minutes, but it was going to be a serious drop-off if this wasn't a game that was handled. Let's start off with that before we talk about Baba. What do you think about Sean Abayev?
It's actually his lowest minute total of the season. Or wait, no, sorry. I was looking at the wrong stat here. So Clemson was 14-18 today. Second lowest minutes total of the season for Abayev. And Wes did talk about this in the presser for anybody that wasn't listening, or the radio. I was listening on the radio about the benching. And he just was saying he was rewarding the lineup that got the team back in the game versus Clemson by starting Sincere and starting Jizzle. And it was kind of a slow start today, too. It's just funny. It's like maybe we're just going to have slow starts, like no matter who the lineup is or what the opponent. But it'll be interesting to see how he responds because today he didn't exactly, like he kind of even like the body language feels a little off. It's almost you're starting to feel bad for the guy. I'm hoping that the Big 12 conference play kind of brings it out of him, like playing against better, more talented players. And, we're coming to that part of the season where it's just 2 times a week, baby, and we're playing good teams every time. Like no more Lipscombs. And, Lipscomb's probably the 5th best team we played this year. Like it's time to buckle up here. And to your first comment about Houston, Houston's up single digits right now against Middle Tennessee.
Oh,
maybe we got a shot on Saturday.
So we're going to get pissed off Houston Saturday.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's great.
Ooh.
Yeah. So
it's scary.
I'm not, you obviously you worry. These are college kids, as always, we say it a ton. So you do worry about what you mentioned with posture and, body language. Man, I'm worried about the shooting ability. I mean, 0 for 6 from the floor, 0 for 3 from 3. His 2 points, Sean Abayev, I'm talking about, came at the free throw line late.
Mm-hmm.
He just can't shoot it.
Shooting 25% from 3, 48% from 2, 62% from the line. I think we could say we're expecting more from each of those.
Yeah.
49% from 2 isn't, horrible for a freshman guard, right? But we thought he would shoot better from the line and from 3 for sure. And I would like to try to get him like run into the basket a little, get some easy buckets, because the J is not falling right now. He looks out of it. And again, if we are going to turn this around, if that's a possibility, he has to be involved, right? Like he has to be one of the players that flips their season around. It's not just him too, by the way. We're not picking on him. It's you need Mustafa Cham to do what he did tonight. You need Baba to keep being one of the best rebounders in the country. He might be number 1 now. Let's check. Baba Miller is number 2 in defensive rebounding in the country, behind Tobe Awaka, who is a fucking beast for Arizona, by the way. That guy is going to destroy us. Like, Arizona is this season's Houston to me. Every time I watch them, I'm just like, can we just not play them?
Yeah, so let's talk about Baba, and we'll get into Kerr and the rest of Jizzle taking over, but it's hard not to start with Baba in terms of the positives. 21 rebounds tonight. This guy just eats bad competition alive. He's not even looking for his shot too much. He did shoot it 12 times, made 5 of them, didn't shoot a 3. He had a couple chances, passed up on him, thankfully. But the guy is head and shoulders just more athletic than every single person on the court. And he actually had a guy, Charlie Williams of Lipscomb, is probably the closest in size. He might actually be bigger. I'm going to have to fact check that. But outside of Charlie Williams from Lipscomb, there is nobody who is nearly the same size as Baba Miller. And he really uses that to his advantage against mid-major to low-major teams. He jumps out of the gym. He also has that quick jump. There was a play where he looked like Angel Reese missing a few layups inside, and he just kept getting his own rebound. He got 3 rebounds off of it. And it was just a quick jump, though. It's still pretty impressive because he's able to land, jump right out of the gym, as soon as he lands. So he's athletic, he's tall, he's big. We just got to see it against good competition. What did he have against Clemson? I'd have to pull up that box score, but it
7
seems
points.
He disappears every single time against a high major team. It's against what he did Xavier. He just settled for 3-pointers that game.
He did rebound very well. I think his rebounding might actually translate here. He had 17 versus Xavier or something is what Horde said.
Okay.
But the scoring, 100%. That's the scary thing, right? When we get to conference play and we're playing Houston, who's scoring? Is it Jizzle? It might be Jizzle.
He's already done it.
And also to the Baba thing tonight, his parents were in town from Spain. So happy that he popped off there. I don't care how you get 21 rebounds. That's a great game.
So it seems okay, now Lily, let's see. I'm glad that we did the podcast last year because there's a lot of bad takes out there whenever we beat a low major, mid major team where we're all right, we're back. And then of course we never were, and we were bad pretty much all Big 12 play. So I have grown as a podcaster in terms of this game will not get me back in. But looking at comments, Tyler Jackson here says, if they could worst case go 2-2 in the first 4 Big 12 games, that would be good. Best case 3-1. I know that the first 4 games aren't tough outside of Houston. I'm so not bought back in on this team.
You got to go 3-1, by the way. We kind of lost our wiggle room. If we want to get to whatever it is, 12 or 13 Big 12 wins, you just have to beat West Virginia, Central Florida, Colorado, because we're not beating Iowa State. We're not beating Arizona. We might beat, I don't know, Houston at home. Whatever. There's a shot, right?
You think?
We haven't been beating good teams though, since Wes got here. So it's I can't sit here and tell you that I can't even pencil in. We play Houston, Iowa State, Arizona, Houston, Kansas, BYU, Texas Tech. Okay, that's 7 games versus top 20 teams right there. I can't even sit here and tell you guys that we're going to win one of those because we don't win those games. If this was a normal team with a good coach, you would expect to win two of those, maybe 3 of those. So the path to us even having a chance here is you got to win West Virginia, UCF, Colorado. It's just it has to happen. You have to start 3-1 at minimum.
I think I said that a couple weeks ago that actually looks favorable in terms of the first 4 games, considering last year the first 4 games were a gauntlet. We went 0-4, right, to start off Big 12 play.
Man, that was a wake up call for me as a fan of Wes Miller and UC, because that's when it started to cross my mind that maybe this wasn't going to work out.
Yeah, it's tough. So the issue here is that they played really well tonight. Chisel James played very well, 16 points, 7 of 11 from the floor, 2 of 5 from 3. He's new to the team, and I can say that because this is a brand new team than last year, so he is new to the team. And you want to believe that maybe he makes a difference, but again, this is Lipscomb. They are 7-6. You know, Wes Miller's in the presser saying, you know what? They gave Duke a fight last week, but come on. They're in the Atlantic Sun. Let's call a spade here. And the reason I bring up last year is because we are not letting these bye games dupe us.
Nope.
But you want to believe, like, do you think Jizzle might make a difference? I
mean, it's clear that he's better than I was expecting him to be. Chuck will be the first person to tell you that. He has come back and been exactly what he was, if not better, because, he's shooting really well. It's hard to see if he's going to maintain the 3-point shooting. If he maintains the 3-point shooting, then, if we're good down the stretch, I think it's probably going to be because of him. We still have talented players here. Like if we had seen anything the last 5 years, any semblance of a team and coach that could go on a run, which we haven't, but if we had seen that once, there would be a part of me right now that would sit here and say, you know what, maybe we can, the Presbyterian season, we lost, who else did we lose to? Someone really, Marshall in the same week. And we got to the Sweet 16. It's just not happening. NC State, like their Final Four run 2 years ago, they were in the 70s in KenPom in late December, just like we are. They're in the ACC. It's different. We just can't pull it off in this league, I don't think. But I don't know. There's still a real small part of
Yeah.
Well, what are we saying? What are we saying if we win on Saturday, Niehaus?
Oh, is that even in the realm of possibility?
Let's see. KenPom says there is a
8-point difference, right? Lose by 8.
Yeah, and that has at 7. It went up because we jumped 11 spots in KenPom. By the way, guys, we're 62nd. Ooh. The offense skyrocketed to 210.
Oh my God!
The Cats are back, and 27% chance of winning Saturday. But in my head, it's more like 8.
Yeah,
10%.
I was going to say, so you mentioned we do have talent. Like, that's the thing that everybody's going to point at. It's hard to believe that we're in this spot again because we've said it all season where it's like Kirk Kriisa commits. Okay, let me start off with another example. Sincere Harris commits, and we got West Virginia fans all in our mentions like, you guys are going to love this guy. We got Kirk Kriisa committing, and, he had a short stint in UK, but I know UK fans liked him for the most part. The jury's out on Kirk Kriisa, though, in terms of all of the fan bases. Like, I don't think West Virginia fans were very fond of him. Regardless, Mustafa Cham commits. It's like this guy is Wes Miller's white whale. We give him a huge bag, like top 3 center in the portal. Like, are we like gaslighting ourselves into like believing that these guys aren't actually good? You know what I mean? Like, individually, you do look at the team and think that these guys have talent. So when you see a game like this where Cincy beats Lipscomb 89-62 and covers the spread by 24 points, you want to believe that maybe they can go on some sort of run. The issue, like you mentioned, and I'm just like echoing your statement, is it's never happened under Wes Miller's tenure. We've never beaten good teams. You literally, like, it's pretty sad that we're in year 5 and I can remember like the biggest games he's won. You know what I mean? Which I guess
we could rattle them off,
and they're not that great. And they're not that great. Like that's the thing. Like, it's just not great.
Someone on Discord pulled the data of his top home wins, right? And this was a shocking exercise that made me question everything. The top home wins since Wes got here. Wes has been here 4.5 years. The 5th best home win was a game against Central Florida.
Oh my God. Is number one's got to be BYU, right?
BYU is one.
Yeah.
TCU was in there. Xavier was in there. Dayton and UCF.
Dayton this year. Well, yeah, it was
the
only home
Dayton
win
this year was 5th or 6th. UCF was 4th or 5th.
That didn't even feel like a big game, to be completely. It felt like a big game at the arena, but like in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah, but people were like mostly shocked, right? But his biggest wins was like Illinois neutral, Texas Tech away,
BYU away.
BYU away was a big one. BYU home was a big one. But it's like we never win 2 in a row, 2 big games in a row. And whenever we win some easy games in a row and then have a big game, we lose it. There has not been in crunch time and conference play, there has not been a 2-week period as a Cincinnati Bearcats fan the last 5 years where we were happy. It's been just a constant one of these guys with a slow trajectory down.
So more on the topic of not letting this kind of get our hopes up. Mustafa Cham, 18 points, 8 of 13 from the floor, 5 rebounds, 0 blocks. Looked good in the second half, but again, he has like 4 or 5 inches on these guys. They're clearly not as athletic. They're clearly not great defensively. He's been disappointing this season. I think that's fair to say, considering how much he's paid, how much he was heralded before the season. That's safe to say. I feel safe saying that. But then he has back-to-back games where he looks good. It's like, is he coming on strong late like he did last year? He got better as the year went on last season. Fans might not be giving him the benefit of the doubt because how bad the team is. I feel like if we're still winning and he hasn't looked great, that's one thing, but we're losing and he hasn't been great. Is he about to turn it on in January? I hope the answer is yes. It's just hard to say because, again, we played Lipscomb.
He has to. That's the weird thing about this being a Cincinnati fan right now is this is the first time, and at least for me and you, older people might be different, but this is the first time in our lives where we've kind of felt this situation of, the coach is going to get fired, like 95% chance, right?
Yeah.
And it doesn't feel good. It's awkward. There's booze. But it makes you think of things differently. It's like, I'm not mad at Cham right now for sucking because I'm just so mad at everything else. And if Cham gets better, is it going to be enough to turn this thing around? And we get to this point that we were talking about earlier. We need Cham to be better. We need Baba to be better against good teams. We need Celestine, Abayev. I'm missing someone. Jordy. Those guys need to hit shots. That's what they're on the team for. We need Data to stay how he is. We need Creaso to be better. We need Jizzle to stay how he is. Sincere to be better. We need so many things to happen that it just doesn't feel like it's possible.
Yeah.
But I think Cham is going to get better. You know me. I'm bought in on him. I think he's better than Aziz. And I think he'll, get better throughout the season. But if this thing blows up, guys are going to play bad. All of them. They all go down together in situations like this is kind of how I look at it. And Cord 741 in the chat, the Discord is the Trilly Donovan burner ball Discord, that like the college basketball insider Discord where a lot of diehard fans are at.
So my final topic in my notes was about Kerr Kriisa and Jalen Celestine. Celestine didn't end up shooting great, 2 of 5. I mean, I think one was late, game was already in hand. Not a big deal. But like that is what we got from them tonight is exactly what we need from them. And I know that that's asking a lot of Kirk Kriisa to drop 15 points on 5 of 8 shooting, but it's like you need those complementary guys to shoot well. That's what Kirk Kriisa is on the floor to do outside of, make plays, as the point guard, but he can shoot and he made 5 threes. Celestine, he's on there to shoot. He made his first 2 and that's what pulled us away. It's like, so that was in my notes. It's like, this is what we need. We need people to play their roles, and Kirk Kriisa making shots, Jalen Celestine making shots. That's it. I feel I early in the season when we weren't playing great but still winning, it's like I feel bad for Wes because we're missing open shots. This is one of those games. We made shots. 38% from 3. We'll take that. 6 of 9 from the free throw line. Didn't even get to the line. We'll take 6 of 9. I know it's only 67%, but that's, low volume. 48% from 2. I guess that's okay. I missed my point on Mustafa Cham. I meant to sneak this in. This is bad podcasting. But the thing about Mustafa Cham that I like is he has nice touch. He can shoot it. Like he had one in the short corner, which short corner is a tough shot. Like I don't care who you are, and he squared up with the guy. Perfect form right over his head. Nobody's gonna block that. He's a 7'2" guy. Swish. Like he has some nice touch. But anyway, back to my original point, like we need guys to play their role. And we had certain guys do that tonight, and that's why we whooped their ass.
I do think like if you look at the roster, obviously Cham hasn't lived up to expectation. If you want to look at it positionally, I still think the most gaping hole that we whiffed on and that just has been underachieving the most is that 2-3 spot with Abayev, Atari. I'm counting him because, we thought he was going to be here. Abayev, Atari, Jordy, Celestine. Like, we needed 2 of those guys to be good. Don't even need them to be great. We just need them to be good, hit their shots. And to this point, we have 5 losses, and those guys have been wildly inconsistent. And I can name on less than one. I don't even need 2 hands to count how many good games those 4 players have had combined.
Yeah.
It's just been a dud of a position. And that's the shooting. That's why we're 210th in offense. I don't know if you saw this, Niehaus. We should probably bring it up that Kriisa mentioned that the lineups, like Wes called Kriisa to tell him he's getting benched, right? And Wes said it was an easy phone call. And Kriisa said complaining about being in the lineup is like such an American thing to do because like in Europe, you have a different lineup every game. I don't know if they do it based on matchup or what, but he was totally cool with it. And like that's why I was kind of buying into Kerr before the season. He just says all the right things. He seems like a leader out there. But those guys stick out like sore thumbs and are really frustrating when you stink. So that's why I think people have been picking on Kerr lately.
Yeah. I think it all boils down to the behind the back pass to Halveen late in the game. I forget what even game that was. I think that was Georgia. I don't know. Or was that? That wasn't the shootout.
What was it?
The Kerr down in the lane behind the back pass to Halveen.
Oh,
traffic.
Yeah,
that was Georgia.
If that was the shootout, I would have. Who knows what I would have done, Niehaus? I don't know what you would have done. Actually,
it was. Yeah, it's true. We were together for that one. You saw what I would have done. I would have ripped the TV off the wall. Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, who's the last good 2 or 3 we've had? Do you count Jizzle and Day as ones in that scenario? I guess you would the past couple of years. Yeah. So like, is DeJulius the last good guard, like 2 or 3 guard?
I guess. And even he was kind of like that. He would do one stuff too.
Yeah.
It's been a while. Is it Cumberland?
Been a while. It might be if you don't count DeJulius.
That's yeah. And then McKinley was available to play tonight. Didn't. Because Wes seemed a little unsure about if he's 100%. He's available to play versus Houston as well. We'll see. I think that's a big deal because you know how Houston is. Like, I just kind of think if we have say we have a 15% chance of winning this game, if we don't have McKinley, I think that goes down like quite a few, like maybe to 10. He is kind of a guy you need when you play Houston. How physical, tall, rebounding. And this isn't like your normal Houston. Their big men are young, except for Tugler. We'll all recognize him, but Senac and Harwell are freshmen. So this is not, I mean, they're still 10th in KenPom. They're still Houston. They're still a Final Four contender. But to me, this is a more winnable Houston game than previous years. And I would put them behind Iowa State and Arizona for sure right now.
If we win that game on Saturday, or at least put up a fight, I'm going to feel much better about our next three. That's like moral victory city right there. But I do think we have some guys on this team that
Keith Williams.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Keith Williams. Yeah. Don't talk to me about senior year Keith Williams. Anyway, So I think we got some guys on this team that aren't just going to lay down. You know what I mean? Like, we need Kirk Carissa coming off a 15-point performance where he shot lights out to come out and like set the tone. Like, he's not going to be starting, it doesn't seem. We need Jizzle James to set the tone. I'm pretty sure Jizzle had a really good game against Houston either last year or 2 years ago. I think that was 2 years ago. But everybody always makes the, comment that what's his face? Kelvin is going to snag Jizzle James away. So I guess this is good recruiting tape for James once Wes Miller's gone and he's in the portal. So we need Jizzle James to come out and set the tone. Like, all these guys, Sincere Harris, like, I don't worry about their fight. It's just lack of shot making has really been very, very disappointing this season.
And you can't fight if you're down 20. You got to be in the game. Like,
yeah.
Gosh, like the Georgia game, like down the stretch, you are not going to have a chance to win if you're not close. I mean, that's common sense, right? But like Dan Hurley said it, like when they won their national championship, said, we're bad at close games. We're bad at them. That's why we kick everybody's ass.
Mm-hmm.
That lowers your chance of some BS happening. And we're not putting ourselves in positions to do that in big games for sure.
Speaking of this fight, and I don't want to give Wes an excuse because he already used it, but what about Jalen Haynes? Like, what if Jalen Haynes played on this team? What if he wasn't hurt? Would that have been? Do you think that would have made a difference in some? I
wonder
of
if
these
he's
games?
Almost back, because Wes clarified he won't be back in December, but he said he isn't. Did he say? There were rumors that he was coming back in late December, and Wes clearly said he's not coming back in December. So, just makes you wonder a little if he's on the horizon early January. That would be a nice boost for Houston.
That would be huge for Saturday.
But there's your scenario. I mean, I feel like I'm the biggest optimist in the fan base. I get made fun of for being an optimist. I have people DMing me, asking me how much the athletic department is paying me to tweet stuff.
Shut up.
Swear to God. Just because I'm an optimist. I just want to be happy.
That's hilarious.
But if you want to hear the optimist take, what if Haynes comes back on Saturday? We beat Houston. Haynes looks good. The team looks better. That's your scenario where you can start talking about, like, maybe all the pieces together are going to work. It's not going to happen.
I'll say I also just don't think the resume would even be there for March anyway, right? Like, who would you
gotta,
because you're not beating Iowa State and you're not beating Arizona, like you mentioned. Those are back-to-back games.
Yeah. You literally cannot drop any game of a team outside the top 8, right? You have to beat all the West Virginias. You got to beat
Texas Tech. Yeah.
And then you have to win a couple of the other ones.
I don't know, though. I take back my point where I'm like, is the resume going to be there? You're in the Big 12. You can build a resume outside of non-con play.
And the bubble teams suck. I mean, we know that. We've been on the bubble in February, and it just doesn't feel like we're good, right?
And recency bias is a real thing. I mean, I have this fight that I have with a couple buddies in a group chat, probably 8 years it's been going on, that November basketball doesn't count. I got one, but it's 2v2. There's 4 of us in this chat, and me and my buddy are on the side that it counts. It matters because we like college basketball, so we always watch. But these guys are OSU fans, So they already don't care about basketball anyway. And they're like, yeah, dude, why would I watch in November? It doesn't matter. And it's like, okay, we lost to Louisville. Was that in November? It had to have been.
Yeah. 21st.
So, there is like common bias that like these games that happened so long ago, like, are they going to ding you? I don't know.
Mate,
bad loss.
You could make that
Eastern
injury
Michigan
case.
would.
Like you can make the injury case if we finish really strong. Like you could tell the committee, hey, we didn't have Baba for Eastern Michigan. They won't give a shit. It's Eastern Michigan, right? And then you can do the whole Jizzle, Jalen Haynes thing and say, hey, we won 11, 12 games in the Big 12. They will listen to that. They'll listen to that. But, and then Tyler Jackson 45 in the chat says, if the people who want Wes gone, UCS to go 8 or 10 or worse, Tyler, he is going to get fired if they go 9-9. He will get fired if they go 10-8.
Yeah, he's gone.
And you said if he goes 11 or 7 or better, he returns. If we go 11-7, he will get fired because we'll be 19-12. We will miss the tournament because we lost to Eastern Michigan and shitty Xavier.
Yeah.
So he'll still get fired at 11-7. 12-6 is where the conversations start, in my opinion. I don't know if that's.
I don't even want God. Why does that sound bad? Like that's.
Well, it's because we've moved on. We have closure. We don't actually have it, but it's close.
It's there. It's there. All right, you want to get a couple We have 2 voicemails. Let's play them.
Hey, it's Cord 741 from Cincinnati. Like the game plan tonight, everything looked really good. It felt like shots were falling. Even Kerr was going crazy. He found his 3-shot early. But still a goose egg on the field goals from Sean Abayev. How concerned are we? I'm starting to get nervous that he's definitely not going to be Seth's or Wes' savior. But I guess if all the other parts work, are we okay? What are your thoughts?
I still think Abayev's one of those players. First of all, thanks, Cord. Long-time listener, first-time caller right there. I think Abayev's one of those players where like he will like announce himself if he has a really good game. Like it'll be like on ESPN, Sean Abayev drops 30 points in a win versus Houston. And he also seems like the type of player that would, ride that wave after that game. It feels like he's really missing that big game, that statement game that builds his confidence and, gets the fans back rowdy when he, when you have those players like Jaren and SK, when they get the ball, like the crowd, you can kind of hear that noise of like, he's about to take it to you. Sean's that type of player. He has to get to that point. I'm not worried about it because, I don't think we're very good, but I do think he's going to have a run at some point this season. I don't think he's just going to be like this, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I'm not. I am worried about it because he's shooting terrible.
Yeah, it's bad,
and it's against bad competition for the most part. Like, I guess we played Georgia, Clemson. Sure, they're okay. Xavier stinks. I think he played well in the shootout, right? Like 15 points or so.
We were talking like if we won that game, I think that was going to be a Sean Abayev like Tyler McKinley game, right?
Yeah. But anyway, he has 77 threes. He's made 20 of them. He's had 121 shots. He's made 43 of them. And he's taken 41 free throws. He's made 25 of them. So he just is not shooting. And again, we have how many bye games on the schedule? So, I'm very concerned that he can't shoot at all.
Yeah. You'd rather be in that
situation. But I guess to your point, like you said, you're not. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, if he looked like Baba Miller, if he looked like Baba Miller in the bye games, sure. But like he doesn't get to the rack. I don't know.
I think his biggest problem is his handle.
Well, he
doesn't seem confident when he's driving.
Too. Yeah. Yeah.
Thanks for the question,
Okay.
Cord.
Yep. Thank you, Cord. All right, we got one more.
No Bearcats.
Yeah.
Long time listener, first time caller, just like that Xavier fan from a couple weeks ago. Low major Wemby getting 21 rebounds tonight. That's pretty nice. Mustafa Tom had a great second half. Day kind of had a slow start again, but it's okay. How about Jizzle James tonight, too? 5 assists, 16 points. Eric Krista had a legacy game tonight. I don't really understand why we're not full court pressing more. Seems to work against these mid-major teams. Might find out on Saturday if the full court press works against Houston. But we'll see. Thanks, guys.
Thanks for the question. I have been complaining about this press. We got advertised a press when we hired Wes, like that he was a pressing guy and that UNCG had a nasty press. Every single time we've ran a press since he got here, it's been a disaster. I can't even remember like forcing a turnover on one. They get carved up. They get past half court in 3 seconds. It doesn't feel like it did anything. In fact, it feels like they get an advantage off of it. It sucks. Hopefully we don't press Houston. Is how I look at it. I don't know. Maybe that changes, but I do think your point about Jizzle and Krisa is good. Like those guys had good games. We need our guards to keep playing better, and the Big 12 is here, man.
How about this Baylor fan in the comments? You guys think you can hang with Houston? No. No.
Middle Tennessee just did.
Lily believes.
I don't know. I mean, when the spread, put it this way, when the spread comes out, people are going to like literally laugh out loud because I think people think it's going to be like 15, but it's going to be right now. Ken Palm says 6.
Wow.
I think Vegas will be smart and open it at 8 or something, 8.5, and see what happens. But yeah, they're not number 2 or 1 in the country. They're number 10, number 11. And the gap between 11 and 60 isn't as big as 60 and 1. It's just, I just don't think it's going to be a raunchy, rowdy, crazy environment. And I don't think the team is going to feed off the environment because of how on edge this fan base is. So I'm not giving us those home points from Vegas. I'm sorry. I reject those points.
Might be worse.
Yeah.
We'd probably
Seriously.
be better off playing in Kansas City.
Yeah.
Oh.
I see
One
one more comment I want to. Yeah, you do have Dan Skillings. Congrats.
Hold up. Is it this one? Recruiting classes have been too good for Wes to be fired.
That's one for you, Niehaus.
Yeah. No, I don't think that's the case, Crawley. I think he's gone.
And then to Tyler about John Cunningham, I don't think so. I've seen this a lot on Twitter, and this is where I get labeled getting paid off by the AD, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But
can I get in on that?
Yeah, sure. Man, they're paying me so much. Cunningham with Satterfield and Wes, the last couple of years, it's been purgatory, right? We're in transition to a higher league. We have been in purgatory. The stands are still full. Things are going as good as they can be in a bad way, if that makes sense. To me, how athletic directors look at it, how presidents look at it. We're now in hell. This was very bad. Eastern Michigan's was the end, in my opinion. Like when we have this podcast at the end of the year, we will point at Eastern Michigan. That's when it ended. Mm-hmm. And John Cunningham can tell that we're in hell now. Like the fans aren't showing up. We have spilled over. There is a lot of tension. He's getting fired. Like it's one more year. The buyout's way lower. We're getting the Big 12 payment as of this year. We are now a Power 4 program. Okay? He's going to get fired.
Yeah.
That's how I look at it.
Yeah. All right, we've gone 40 minutes on the Lipscomb recap. I think Chuck would kill us if he was on this show with us. 40 minutes.
Can we give the injury update?
Recap. Yeah. Wait, what?
On Chuck.
On Chuck. I think
Load
Chuck's out for
management.
the year. I think Chuck's out for the year. Oh man. All right, that's it. I think we will probably have a midweek show. We'll see. I mean, me and Lily just talked about the season.
Oh shit! I just talked too much Houston.
No, I guess we can do something before that. We have obviously bowl game on Friday. We got the Catspies coming up. That should be sad and depressing. I thought last year was sad and depressing. This year's Catspies might top it. So make sure you tune in for that. I'm not sure if that'll drop later this week or next week, but it's coming. It's coming for the new year. Anything else, Lily? Final words?
Clip me. Make sure you find the clip of the last Catspies where I said I guarantee this year will be better than last year. Because when we were 7-1 in football, it was a lock.
That's how the show's going to start out. That's how the show's going to start. I'm going to play that clip. And you know what? Hopefully we don't get to play it again. So, all right. Thanks for listening, everybody. Make sure you like and subscribe on YouTube. Give us a 5-star rating anywhere you get your audio podcasts. See ya.